What is up, you guys, and welcome back to Brittany Automotive. I am currently sick, so sorry for what I look like, sorry for what I sound like, but I do need to film for this video, so here I am. Last weekend was Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to say I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, your friends, and it was filled with nothing but happiness. Also, Christmas is coming up. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Next weekend, I will be at PRI. I will be working the booth at Brunt Boots Racing. I'll probably be walking around as well, so if you catch me or come to BTR, please come say hi to me. The reason for this video is because on December 7th of 2021, I decided to make this channel. And for a while there, I think the first month I gained 1,000 subscribers, so I said, okay, why not 1,000 subscribers a month? That's what I want to see. And to my surprise, I am almost to 65,000 subscribers. I've moved 12 hours away from my hometown and I'm following my dreams. So that is all thanks to you guys, because none of that would have happened without this channel. And I decided to go through and look at every one of those all of those videos and find a clip from each one and include it in this video. So I'm going to play a clip from each video, including the thumbnail, all the views, the likes, whatever's on there, so that you guys can go back and watch them if the clip entices you to go watch the full video. So let's go watch them. Knew nothing about cars. I didn't want to work on cars. I did not care for that. I wanted to be the racer. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about being the one building it. And that worked for about a year. Oh. Don't poop on me. Here's what they look like before. I'm here to make it easy. I'm going to tell you guys the top 10 things you need to wire your own race car. I want to see how much I can push an LT1 before I send a rod through the block. Honestly. And then I'll LS swap it. There should be a circle crimp. It should look like that. Now, when you go to put them into the connector, there's a tab that is located on your terminal, and it flows with the tab of the connector. And the bottom of B, also not on. Now when I turn the switch on, that just opened it up. So this will now have power. So now the starter and alternator both have. If I have an installment height of 1.72, subtract the cam lift, which is 0.596, and then subtract coil bind, which is only 1 now, it is a well above. Spend a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she love me, but I swear she never prove it. Anywhere in this area of the piston, and then the other two, the top and the bottom, just need to be on either side here so that they don't match. The crankshaft counterclockwise, I got 62, and when I rotated it clockwise, I got 152. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take both of these numbers and add them together. So I took 62 and 152, added them together to get 214. Once you have this number, you're going to divide it by 2. This gives me a number of 107, and as you can see on my cam card, it is 108, which means that my cam is actually 1 degree advanced. You may be asking, what does it mean when I say the word advanced? Advanced basically just means that since my number came out 1 degree faster
than the actual cam spec card. That just means that my timing is 1 degree faster.
They throwing shade, but I'm gone. You gotta keep it a buck to my face. Taking that gang out of space. Especially if you stay in your place. They hating on all of my songs. I don't know what can I say. They throwing shots, but I'm saved by his grace. God is the shoot, I'm the lace. Running around, got me stoned, man. Feels like I'm stuck in a maze. Shoot at the Oculus cage. I don't think they get it, they don't understand. I'ma do it for my homies and my fans. They don't see the vision, they just see the band. Eyes on the money like a rubber band. That is number one, I follow his command.
So here is my final product.
But that is a 10-pound bottle. It is gorgeous, that's all I have to say. I was on my way to Walmart and a 16-year-old without a driver's license pulled out directly in front of me. And I couldn't step on my brakes, couldn't react, couldn't do anything, and I just ran right into her. I have a fractured hand, might need surgery. I won't know for a couple weeks. And I got a sweet hematoma on my face. So we are just taking things easy. Now that I've done that half turn, stupid hand. So what I'm looking here for is basically for the rocker arm to have been rubbing on the middle part of the spring rather than the outside or the inside of it. So it seems like it's a little further away on this one. That basically means that my push rod is too long and it needs to be currently 10:45 at night. And that is gonna go in there. I mentioned before, the whole point of this is to remove pressure from the heads themselves. So this T-fitting is going to run another hose up beside the intake and the valve cover, and it's going to go to the radiator, so then the radiator can deal with any of the excess pressure that's inside. Because if we don't have something like that and there's a bunch of pressure being built up, then we'll blow head gaskets and all that good stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is removing the pressure from within the valve covers. And that is done through this bad boy.
I just bought a new whip. Spend a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she love me, but I swear she'll never prove it. I never tell her, but I put it in the music. Well, that's okay. All I wanna do is make the best of my whole day. Thank the Lord up above. Get the cream on the side. Make you laugh to know it. That's the stuff that I love. La, la, da, da, da. We can be friends if you wanna. We could just talk if you wanna.
I need a chiropractor visit after this. Okay, so now we have our push rod poking out through the firewall right there, as you can see. Now, next step is this plate. This plate is gonna go onto the firewall and it will have bolts that go on the other side. And then after that gets put in, then the master cylinder will go through this hole, and then you have 2 more bolts to put in. Saying this channel is going to change a little bit. a lot of it. It wouldn't be that emotional if it was down the street, like my brother and my sister decided to do. But it is 12 hours away. But why I'm moving is really freaking exciting, so I don't know why I'm crying. I took a job at Brian Tilley Racing. I am their new marketing coordinator. And we completely painted the front end. Front end is going to be put on for good today, hopefully. And we are really freaking close to getting it started today. I'm excited.
I'm running the race. I gotta pick up the pace. They throwing shade, but I'm gone. You gotta keep it a buck to my face. Taking that gang out of space. Especially if you stay in your place. They hating on all of my songs. I don't know what can I say. They throwing shots, what I'm say by His grace. God is the shoot, I'm the lace. Running around, got me stoned, man. Feels like I'm stuck in the maze. Shoot at the Oculus the case.
When you're measuring your push rods, you want the rocker arm to be riding right in the middle of the valve tip. When I measured it, it was. But when you do the math, it doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be right in the center of the valve tip. It needs to have less travel, which I was unaware of. So if you have a 3/8 stud like I do, that means you have 24 threads per inch, and your number is 0.042, which is 42 thousandths. So now take your gross valve lift, divide it by 2, then take that number and divide it by which stud you had. In my case, that is 7.09, which is about 7. So that's gonna be how many times you rotate the poly lock once it's on there. Looked into the rocker arms and my push rods were missing. So we played a cool game of where's my push rods, and I found this little guy peeking out on the other side of the motor. Never fixed the issue of cylinder 1 being dead, and the lifter was pumped up enough that it ran like it wasn't dead, and then it went out and the push rod had just enough space to hop out of there, and when the rocker arm came down it was able to snap. That's the only thing I can think of. So we're gonna turn up the nitrous, see what happens. Okay, so car did not do what I wanted it to, obviously. I wanted to hit another PB tonight. So we're gonna try to run another pass. I changed the progressive nitrous a little bit. We're gonna go make another hit. Instagram for buying it, so here it is. That is a Gen 5 LT1. Yes, I'm keeping the LT1. A little jiggle and a wiggle and bloop. I just want to say a huge thanks to everybody that's been following along. You guys are amazing, as well as my sponsors, Holley FI, Smallwood Race Development, Jake's, Motul, Heatwave, Brian Tully Racing, Mincer. Those are all the people that have helped out this year. Another thing I wanted to say is huge thank you for you guys for following along for this long and to keep following along through everything that I've learned and that I'm learning. And I'm not just skipping one level this year, I'm skipping two. So please stay along with me. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to the next video. It's probably going to be PRI, and then we'll get back into that build series.